more stuff. You know you want to. Enjoy. No refunds. Seriously. All I'm saying is, if you don't buy an SDU, you're probably going to die.
Time sure flies when you're sitting around on a spaceship not doing anything.
Ooh, that's a good one. Collect them all. SDU stands for super duper useful. Trust me, you want it.
And done.
The best things in life are free, because then you can sell them for a huge markup.
I see ya. Get out there and murder some COV!
Stay safe. That's a dumb thing to say. Hey, one of the places. I'm ready for it.
That did make me feel better. Take me with you, Nick.
Testing. Hello. What is up, my guys? It is Schoolgirl2731 here, back at it again with Borderlands 3. We'll be going around doing some quests. Hope you enjoy it. And yeah, where to begin? Oh my gosh. Oh, so just one person. I'm assuming that's Errol. Well, sorry, Thunderhead. The Bookworm Adventures. How much is that? Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Bookworm Adventures Deluxe. Bookworm Adventures Deluxe.
According to Renegades.com, Bookworm Adventures is the ultimate test.
Okay. I'm not planning what to do today. Thunderhead, screw Bookworm, play something cool. But Bookworm is cool. Test Errol, can you hear me? I'm saying your name because you're the only person here. Okay, Errol, whatever you say. Of course there's a huge delay. It's all about internet.
Worth the sweat.
Fungal says Bookworm Adventures Deluxe has better graphics. Might be exciting. Yay.
Unstoppable!
Do you see? Nope. I wonder if Sang just comes and comments something real quick and then dips. Probably. I wonder too. Yeah, dang. Oh snap! Is he? Are you actually staying and watching the stream? I'm assuming Errol told you about this. The other guy must be playing Bookworm. Dang. Now that you mention it, this video live is sponsored by Bookworm Adventure Deluxe. Go play it today. It's completely free. Actually, is it free? Is it an app? Play Store. Bookworm Adventure Deluxe. Why does it say that one person is watching? He indeed knows what he's talking about. Cool. Now, two people are watching. I wonder who. Yo.
Do you want to sleep it on the ice tonight?
No, I'm good.
She's got delivery coming. She needs someone to be there tomorrow.
Like, what? But I'm very bad at that. Remember that one time where I've been told to stay back and check if the door was open for people to fix the stairs, and like I didn't come. Like I don't think I'll be such a responsible, adequate tenant for that. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. When do I have to go over? has the same color cycle as me. We should not be alive. You.
I'll take that, thank you very much.
That's right. There can only be one perfect cyclone in these parts.
My veins.
It's mine. Speed run the game. Oh dang. I wish. Joel, you almost play Minecraft? Okay. Type in the chat 1 for Minecraft or 2 for Borderlands. If anyone's still looking. No Minecraft, dude. They're all real fun.
Life is a rhythm, a dance on the road to decay. It's time for the drop.
Can't do it. Oh man, I'm pretty much gonna die. Oh, why am I reload? Dang it. Worst possible time to reload. How dare you. 2? Oh my gosh. 4 my god.
We're not the bad guys in this one.
Okay, I have 3 options. Oh wait, 2. Errol, press type in 2 for Minecraft. Join me in the last boss. No, do you think I'm not gonna go out and buy 3 months just to do this. Or will I? Will I? Someone's what am I gonna do? Jotaro. Ichikono de kage. Ni tuna de kage. San ichina de kage. No.
Get over here, heretic!
Dang it.
Ask about our rat incarnation package.
Looks like he's just gonna have to do this. Change my elemental style to incinerary. Fighter. I don't have that though. Yo, random jumps. I'll equip this. Yeah, I like this. Play Tetris 99. Yo, yes, you guys want to watch me play Tetris 99? Hold on, let me do something real quick. Chances are my stream's gonna go down, but if I press this button, oh, currently I'm looking into if I can get Tetris 99 on PS4. Tetri. Oh man. I cannot get Tetris 99 on the PS4. Can you guys still hear me? Question mark. Wait a minute, I do have it on my Switch. Let's go into, let's see, Switch. Yeah, let me see if I can do this. How to live stream? No, on YouTube. SITCH. I would actually live stream Tetris 99, but I don't think I can. Yo, what is up, guys? Like, comment, subscribe, and dab on them dislikers. That's right, go down on the bottom and like that subscribe button and ring that favorite button because you know you want to watch my videos. No, I'd verse you in Tetris. How's dang it, I don't have a computer to connect it to. Darn. Actually, hold on. Okay, can you guys hear me voice when it's not on the picture thingy majiggy? TNT. Dang. Tetris is like $35. Why is it so expensive? Cracks. It's so expensive. And Puyo Puyo Tetris is $24.95. Snap. IKEA, it sucks. But Errol, you said you'll give me $50, right? Right. So you can take that $50 and then Kingdom Hearts 2 FM. Oh, dude. I'll speedrun Kingdom Hearts 2.9. Okay, I'm just gonna have to look for my next action skill. That's the big dude. What do you have to? Yeah, I'll speedrun the beginning of the game. First weapon.
It's on now.
Die! Ah! There's the noise person. Oh, why am I doing this in my hand too? No! Why are you letting me? Darn it. How much is actually? Okay, Google. How much is Kingdom Hearts 2.9?
These are the top results.
These are the top results. Oh, sorry, my bad. How much is Kingdom Hearts 3?
The Kingdom Hearts 3 is available new from Amazon for $29.99 new or used from 4 other stores starting at $29.
How much is Kingdom Hearts 3 in Australia? EB Games.
Here are some results from the web.
How much is Kingdom Hearts 3 from JB Hi-Fi?
Here's what I found.
You see, oh, they're all around $30. Snap. Is it worth $30 for saying watch me do a Let's Play Kingdom Hearts? By the way, I have not played Kingdom Hearts, so I know there's this dude named Zoro with like spiky hair, and he runs around with Goofy and Daffy, and that's all I know. That's good. Oh, sorry, my bad. Dead again. Goku. What's the objective of, what's the plot of Kingdom Hearts?
Hyperion believes in a customizable user experience. If you feel you are
Wait, can I bring my cyclone inside? Yeah. Can I bring my cyclone? Tell me I can bring my cyclone. Yo, no! Action skill. Apparently the plot of Kingdom Hearts is pretty complicated. Where am I? No. No, Max, no. Oh, he just whacked me right in my snarls. Do this. Let's finish him off. Yay. I'm gonna spend my guardian tokens. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its tail. If it was let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There we go. Yay! No, it's way too much. Come on!
continue.
Dang it, do I have to bring that anointed guy again? That's some... Yo, Errol, you know you can talk to me in the live stream if you just connect to me with my party. No, why is it still not loaded? No, it's legit. Ah!
the definition of insanity?
Oh yeah, so I just finished watching, I believe, season 2 of... No, season 3 of JoJo's. JoJo's Something Bizarre. So basically, this is dude... I'll give you guys the plot. So, in the beginning, there's a dude named Jonathan, right? And he had this very wealthy father, and his wealthy father was saved, or tricked to be saved from this bandit. So bandit dude took his ring, but then gave it back, and then the dude was like, yo, yeah, I saved his life. And then while he was dying, he gave his son, Dio, a letter to give to the Joestar's family, and then they took it for a while. Then many years later, Dio was poisoning Jonathan's father, which was actually the reason why Dio's father died, because he poisoned his father first. So basically, oh yeah, spoiler warning, I'm going to be basically explaining the whole plot of things. So far, what I got. So chances are I'm going to be wrong, but yeah. Okay. Dang it. So basically there's this mask that when they saved Jonathan's father, and it had this mystical power where if you put blood on it, it turns you into a supernatural zombie. So Dio found this out, and then he ended up using it on himself after figuring out he was trying to kill Jonathan's father, and then he ended up being, you know, a
Point
demon
me at whatever
that cannot be touched by the sun. And then basically, what am I saying? So after that, Jonathan learned this power from this dude that always drank wine and bread. It's called Harmon, and basically Harmon can defeat any powers from the mask. So using this power, he went on a journey, and then his master ended up dying to save him, and then he ended up facing Dio, cutting off his head using Harmon. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the JoJo's plotline. I'm trying to explain it because I just finished watching season 3. If you don't want me to finish talking about it, then just say something about it, because I'm going to keep on talking about it just to get my sense of what I know about it. So, where am I up to? So yeah, Jonathan cut off his head, and then Jonathan ended up getting his wife from a childhood friend, whom he used to protect, and then they were on this boat. Ended up cover your ears, thunder. You have to watch it. Mr. Sangle, have you seen it? Please tell me if I have seen it, if you have seen it, because I don't want to spoil it for you, as well as for Errol. I don't care about Errol, but for you. Have you seen it? I'm up to part 7 of which chapter or which season? Oh, dude, you're crazy. Oh, so you're way ahead. So basically, what am I up to? Oh yeah, so Dio ended up being survived because he did chop off his head, but one of his minions ended up saving him. And then later on a boat, right, Jonathan ended up dying to protect everyone, because everyone else turned into a zombie except for his wife. So while his wife was pregnant with a kid, they also saved another baby, which Jonathan also saved. So while Jonathan used Harmon to defeat Dio, by using his minion to stop a piston on the boat to make the whole boat explode. So Dio was staying in this coffin-like thing, right? So then the wife, Jonathan just Joestar's wife, ended up going in the coffin and saving herself and a little baby's life. Later on, they had a grandson named Joseph Joestar. Joseph Joestar, and he figured out how to use this skill called Harmon naturally ever since he was a kid or something. Basically, Harmon is used by using breathing techniques that create this type of energy. So he saves this one kid, and they go out for dinner, and then blah blah blah. And then one day, there's this dude. His name was Kaizo or Strazo, and then he ended up trying to attack Joseph. But Skyzo also knew how to use Harmon, but he'd been turned into a zombie by using a mask that was later artificially made ages ago. Are you talking about Bobo? I love that no, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Okay, so basically, after that, he took a woman as hostage, and then he pulled out one of her teeth. It was on a bridge too. Then Joseph ended up saving him. Oh no, he basically ended up defeating him, but he was like hanging off the bridge. And then on the bridge, Strazo was like, ha ha ha, you should have defeated me. But since he knew how to use Harmon, and since he was basically used by the masks, he used his own Negrando Smokey. Like Smoke. Yeah, that's the dude, Smokey. I know my stuff. Errol, I don't think you do. So Strazo was handing off the bridge, and since he was a vampire, he was basically not immune, but like his weakness was Harmon, so he used Harmon on himself, and then he blew himself up. After that, he was like, dang, we need to get to the source of this, and then ended up going to this weird laboratory, and Joseph ended up dressing up like a little girl with some tequila, I think, trying to get in, but that didn't work. So yeah, then he ended up beating up the dudes and taking their uniform. Later on, they figured out that this one dude from a tree came to life, and then he did an experiment where they took a person of the mask, put him in with the same dude from the tree, and see what will happen. So basically, using his, I don't know, survival skills, he basically just swallowed the man. And then, without him looking, I don't know, for like 1 second, the dude was like, it was only a second. I walked away for 5 seconds, and then he ended up escaping. And then everyone was like, Nani! And then basically everyone was like, whoa, what? Huh? So he ended up going through the vents, which is why he ended up hearing one of the general's names earlier. And so the way he did it, he just basically just, I don't know, morphed his whole body and stuff into, I don't know, some sort of thin thing so he could go through the vents. Then he ended up coming out of the vents, killing many of them because they all shot his body, and since his body just absorbed all the bullets, they shot them back, and he used his own fingers like a gun. Like, I think it's pretty cool, like pew, pew, pew. So basically, yep, so he basically killed everyone except for the general or sergeant, and not Speedwagon, which, by the way, has his own multi-millionaire company where basically he just designs cars and automobiles and stuff. This is where he invented the plane. And then, where am I up to? Yeah, and then Joseph came in and be like, ha ha ha, I touched him on the nose. So the dude didn't feel a threat to him because Joseph noticed, was like, oh dude, he's just learning, he doesn't even know what's violent or not. And then Mr. General dude was like, dude, kill him. Just was like, nah. Then he ended up trying to get swallowed by the dude, I forgot his name, I don't know, it's like some sort of muddy statue dude. He ended up trying to swallow Joseph, but then Joseph's like, nah, I'm using Harmon, and then he ended up using it. Then throughout his whole body, they ended up separating since his body can't use. He can't really absorb. Ah, no, he's basically kind of like a mask, but he's not really. So he can't really touch Harmon, and then he thought his body is repelled by my body. Then damn, I forgot what happened, but I remember something like I forgot, but it's just like the sun is their weakness, and then they had to go take him out into the sun. And then Josephs were like, yo, we need to take him out in the sun. And then they took him out, but the dude, he had to go into the well, because he had to find a hiding place from the sun. And then on time, Josephs was like, the next line you're gonna say is, you're no match for me. And then he ended up blocking himself from entering the water at the bottom of the well. And since it was high noon, he timed it. He knew it was high noon, and then he just ended up being set on fire. And then later on, Mr. General Dude was like, hey, you should speak to this guy. I know him. And then they ended up going to Italy. And in Italy, he was eating this black spaghetti. And then while this other dude was like quite the show off, he was like, I don't know, talking to this little girl, and then the dude was like, I'm gonna stab this guy with my spaghetti. So he used Harmons to harden the spaghetti and throw it straight at this dude. But then the dude ended up also using Harmon and shooting it right back into his glass. So he ended up being not really an ally, but like, yeah, he ended up being another user of Harmon, which is actually the Jonathan's Joestar master. The one that actually saved him and gave all his Harmon to him. So then but he hates him for it, because he's like, oh dude, if my master didn't end up eating your grandfather, if our grandfathers didn't meet, then man, we had to, stuff, backstory stuff. He thinks he shouldn't help him because his grandfather helped out his grandfather, but he died. So basically, after that, what am I up to? Yeah, so they met each other, and then all I remember is they all went to, no, they went to this taxi dude, and then taxi dude was like, yeah, I'm getting married to my girlfriend next week. And then they went to this museum place, and then in the museum there's these 3 dudes. They were all like ancient Egyptian people. They had like a 2,000 year nap. And they all had like horns, and I think it's kind of weird. But who's that third guy? Oh, he left. Whoever that was. Dang it! I never get to see who that was. Okay, so basically, when they entered the horn dudes, they're all in the museum as well. So all the Joseph and what's his name? We'll just call him the other guy, and the other guy just came in with the taxi dude, and then taxi dude ended up getting killed because he I think he stepped into one of the shadows of the horn dudes, and he doesn't like people stepping in the shadow, and then his whole half body just died. I mean, just got chopped off, and the dude's like, dude, kill me, it's too painful. Then the other dude used his Harmon to give him a nice painless death, and then Joseph, oh no, and then other dude ended up using his Harmon, which is basically, he's got these gloves that like infused with soap, so he makes a bunch of bubbles. Are you guys listening to this or not? Cause, like, chances are you guys could like put on your laptop and just left this around the background, so can you guys hear me? Just type in. I'm like, okay, so he hears nice to very icy. Oh yeah, Caesar. Oh yeah, that's the. I was thinking about Caesar. What's his name? Caesar was the guy. I was thinking about him the whole time when he was thinking, I was like, dang, is that the guy that named the salad after? Okay, Errol. Do you want me to send you an image of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures into your? Oh, snap. Okay, so basically, Caesar Chan. Oh no, I'm calling him Caesar. Caesar ended up trying to fight the dude, but then dude beat him up. And then Joseph, he's like, Mahamon. Oh, yeah, Caesar dude was like, poor Thunderhead. So Caesar dude, he was like, his hum was better than. Alright, so, it sounds like it sounds and look like. Actually, let me just do this. Here we go. I've now sent an image to Errol. That should prove it. Okay, so where was I up to? Caesar got defeated by Horn Dude, and then Joseph, with his lack of Harmon skills, he ended up using these like, I don't know, metal balls with strings attached to them to fight Horn Dude. And he did pretty well. He just kind of infused the metal balls with Harmon because that's all he could really do. And he actually got a shot on them using his little tricks. And he's like, next thing you wanna say is, you're no match for me. I like that. I like Joseph when he says that. The next thing you wanna say is, impossible. And then the dude's like, impossible. And then they go, Nani. And then he gets hit in the back of the head with these metal balls infused with Harmon. And then he ended up getting like his head, like, boom, kind of boomed. Who is in this place? Who is that third person? Oh well, okay, so basically, what I was up to? Yeah, and then Joseph kind of got beat up through retaliation of getting hit by, one of the Horn dudes. He was like a really warrior type, and then Joseph was like, ugh, I need to escape. And then he ended up trying to escape, but he was playing dead at the same time. So, while he was playing dead, he ended up getting into a minecart, but then the dude, Horn dude, was like, oh yeah, there's 3 Horn dudes I'm thinking of. This is the first Horn dude. First Horn dude came into the car with him, and he ended up escaping, but that was Joseph's plan. And then, what's it called? The dude was like, he did Joseph's thing, he was like, ha, nothing you wanna say is, ha, you walk right into my trap. And then Joseph was like, ha, you walk right into my trap. No. And then he was holding like a stick of dynamite behind his hand, and then behind his back, and then Horn dude was like, just, are you holding a stick of dynamite behind your hand? And then he's like, ugh, I got no more tricks. And then he ended up landing in like the middle of this coliseum, looking at this thing, and then like ruins of like Greek mythology. So basically the warrior dude was like, no matter what, he's always down, but I don't see defeat in his eyes. And then he asked Joseph, I don't see defeat in your eyes, why is that? And then he's like, 1 month. 1 month. And I could destroy you. And then the dude's like, pathetic. And then he was like, okay, I'll give you 1 month, but just to make sure it doesn't run away. He gives him his, it's either his lip or, no, it's his lip. His lip ring. He had a ring in his lip, by the way. And he stuck it right over his heart, and over a month, and like a month's day, a month's worth of time, and then it will basically inject poison into his heart. And then one of the other Horn dude number 2, came in with his nose ring, like, yeah, I might as well give you one of these things. And then he gave him his nose ring. And then he stuck it in his, lungs, or not really his lungs, but like air hole in his neck or something. And then, yeah, gave him 1 month to train. So, Caesar, right, he ended up being like, ugh, he managed to surpass me even though his lack of Harmon. And then, yeah, and then Caesar took him to train with him with this person called Jesse. I don't actually know the name, but that's all I remember. Jesse. So, just. Okay, yeah, Jesse. And no, it was Lisa. Yeah, that's right. And basically, what am I up to? Lisa. Oh yeah. So they was gonna go to this island, and the boat dude ended up actually being Lisa, and then Lisa actually just kicked him in the water and like, dude, so you can walk on water. But he wasn't actually full on. Yeah. Thank you. He was walking on water and then the dude's like, yeah, the Harmon is good, but breathing is the thing. But before they did that, Mr. Caesar dude went up to, he was holding a cup upside down with water in it, and then he just chucked it to Joseph. But Joseph also used Harmon, like Caesar was, but he wasn't using it correctly, and then it just all exploded everywhere, all over his good white pants. And then, yeah, Lisa took him. He gave him this while he's in the water. Lisa gave him this like dog breath mask, or I don't know what you call it. Not a mullet. That's a hairstyle. Okay, he gave him a mask thing that only lets him breathe normally only, and if he does any type of breathing, any other type of breathing, he will basically stop breathing. So no matter what, he always got to be breathing like normally or consistently with the best type of breathing. Because remember, Harmon comes from the breathing thing. So after this, they took him to this island, and they went through a thing called, I don't know, the oil cylinder or something. Basically, through this oil cylinder, they went through it, and then Caesar was like, no, even I haven't done this yet. And it's like, good, you both should learn. And then Lisa was supposed to win. I'm like, oh, dang, savage. Then basically, Lisa, yeah, so it took them actually, so Caesar ended up started climbing the thing. It was all covered in oil, by the way. I should have mentioned that. The oil cylinder. It's like basically, let's just assume it's about 100 meters up. I think it was like 100 meters up. Cylinders was quite wide, and it was just right in the middle of this thing. And it's sort of oil. So the thing was slippery, and yeah. So Caesar ended up using his Harmon to stick to the wall easier, because, as you may remember, but I didn't really say it, Joseph using his Harmon could stand on the water, but not as good. So Caesar, using his Harmon, he clung to the walls using his Harmon, because the walls were slightly oiled. But since it was oil and not water, it was harder to do. So Joseph tried it, and then he failed over and over again. So it's been like 2 days since he'd been down there in the oil cylinder, and then while Joseph was observing Caesar's hand, he's like, he remembers what Caesar said ages ago when he was holding the cup upside down. He said, a water gun sprays further when a nozzle is smaller. So just by exerting Harmon just at the very fingertips, he ended up being able to stick to the pillar. So the pillar, pillar, that's what it's called. Okay, so the pillar, right? I think it's about, I don't know, like 5 more days of climbing. And then Joseph was like, dang, this is pretty tiring. Ooh, a crack in the wall. This might be helpful. And then he ended up hitting the crack and ended up being a trap. And then the trap was like, oh snap. It's like oil, but like spreading out of the pillar, but like really hard out. So, it like, it's in a circle all around the pillar. So the way, so you had to get past the oil wall. So the wall basically is like flat on the ground, but like midair. Gonna explain it. Okay, so yes, it was an oil wall on another wall. So what Caesar did, he used his Harmon in 2 different ways. He basically just because since he was already experienced, he used a repelling type of Harmon and a sticky or whatever to stay on the wall but repel the oil at the same time. But this oil is like jetting out really quick, like it cut you shit up. So yeah, he did it real good. And then he's wondering about Joseph, and he's like, dang, I don't think he's gonna do it. So what Joseph ended up doing is just ended up sticking to the wall and then just flinging himself near the top. At this point, Caesar finished it, and Lisa was like, "Hey, congratulations." And but Jojo was like, "No, oh yeah, they called him Jojo." So Joseph was like, he made it, but he was on the outside wall, but he was still climbing up. But then Caesar saved him because he was just about to slip off, which he did. But yeah, he saved him. And then she was like, Lisa, forgive me. I couldn't. It's like he did at least make it all the way up here without any other training, so please forgive me with this. Yeah, she's like, yeah, whatever. So they had some more training. I think they just went through like a time skip of like 10 days or so, and then they had to like defeat these monks, dude. So while Caesar was, so there was 2 monks, right? So Caesar ended up taking 1 monk, and Joseph ended up taking the other monk. But while the other monk was facing Caesar, Jojo ended up facing Horn Dude number 2, because Horn Dude number 2 ended up killing the monk dude that Joseph was about to kill. So through creativity and just straight up just being stupid and dumb, and yeah, knowing about magic tricks from the 19th centuries of what's it called? Sleight of hands and disappearing stuff. He ended up defeating Horn Dude number 2 and took his nose ring and drank the antidote from him there. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but you gotta drink the thing. So he drank the thing, and he was like, "Oh, this is a booger since it's been in his nose." So I was like, "Oh, yuck." And then he ended up drinking it, and then the ring around his windpipe. Oh, that's what it was called. Windpipe was disappeared. Just disappeared. So yeah. After that, they met up, and then oh yeah, Caesar ended up defeating. Oh, not really defeated, but he's called the tie. But the monk admitted, it's like, yeah, if we kept on going, I would have lost it. Errol, don't be mean to me. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to give you guys entertainment. Okay, so where am I up to? Dude, monk, dead, killed. Okay, so Lisa ended up having one of the stones which the other dudes needed for the mask, because they have the mask, but they needed this stone to make it like 100% complete. So with the mask, with the sunstone, they was like, oh, okay, if this is like this, why don't we just destroy it? So indeed, this is education. Okay, so so yeah, something with the sunstone, I forgot. But they went to the snowy place. I didn't know why. I think they were meeting up back up with I think he's doing this on purpose. Yeah, so I don't know why, but I think it's just because to meet up with the general dude. And they actually did it. And then he ended up being like half mechanical, ending up being the cyborg. Because during the fight with the clay dude from before, he got his like whole half body chopped off. And yeah, during that part, Horn Dude number 3 came in, was like, yo, I'm gonna steal that sunstone off you. Then Joseph and Caesar ended up preventing that from happening. So that was good. And what else? I think after this, they ended up finding a mansion that was hiding in. And then Caesar was like, yo, I'm going in there. Joseph's like, nah, not yet. And then it's like, why not now? It's like, nah, not yet. But then Caesar ended up going without him or with anyone else. And then he met back up with Horn Dude number 1, which was using his, oh yeah, so he basically controls wind. So he was using the wind at like super high speed to refract light so he wouldn't touch the sun. So this is at the same time, but I don't think he could have helped it up much more, but he was still hiding within the mansion. So while he was in the mansion, while he was fighting Rose, Horn Dude number 1, he ended up dying, but in his last like moments, he ended up saving, not really saving, but destroying. He stole the ring off the Horn Dude number 1, and yeah, he ended up using all of his harm onto transfer it all into this one bubble so Joseph could have all his harm on, like what his grandfather did to Joseph's grandfather. So yeah, Joseph now has the Harmon of Caesar and Caesar, yeah, and himself. And then he's like, no, and then he kept his bandana. I thought that was pretty cool. And then they ended up like, no, he gone. But Joseph did not end up eating the ring yet. Only after he thinged it, because, you know, I don't know, it's weird. Ah, dang it.
Say goodbye. Gonna rip you apart.
So, yeah, so all I remember is something. Meet me at this place. Oh yeah, they're walking to this like dark room and it's like, yo, let's finish this. And then they went to, it's like, yo, tomorrow when the moon is full, to this place, a massive coliseum. So tomorrow night came and then they're like, yo, I'm facing you. And then they're doing this like chariot race with Joseph and Horn Dude number 1. So Horn Dude number 1 kind of explained the rules. He was like, yo, so we're gonna go around this track and then these dudes just gonna give us weapons. Yep, got it, nice. And then they ended up doing it. So throughout the results of this match, Joe ended up winning, and he killed Horn Dude number 1 and drinking the antidote at that moment. And then Lisa was versing Horn Dude number 3. Alrighty, I'm gonna use my scarf. This is enough of me for a weapon. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then Horn Dude number 3, he escaped. He didn't really escape, but he kind of just like disappeared into the middle of nowhere. And then Lisa was like, dang it. And then moments after, Horn Dude number 3 came out, and Lisa ended up defending herself. Yeah, pretty good. And dang, what hiccups. Pretty good. Ending up actually impaling Horn Dude number 3. But then, oh no. But then, Horn Dude number 3 was actually a decoy for the real Horn Dude number 3 to come out of nowhere. And then he was like, ha ha, fuck it off. You think I'll actually play fair? This is for the Sunstone I'm after. I don't care how I win. I'm not like a warrior like Horn Dude number 1 was. Lisa ended up being extremely injured, and then later on, Mr. Speedwagon Sir just came out of nowhere and be like, yo, does Joseph know that's his mother? So Lisa ended up being, wait, don't worry, they're last. They're like legendary. Double penetrating. You're trying, there you go. Wait, oh gosh, don't worry, they're lost. Okay, so Lisa ended up being revealed as Joseph's real mother, and then, but Joseph still doesn't know this, I think. And then Horn Dude number 3 came up and be like, yo, I got the zone, and then the military dudes, they used UV rays, same as the sun, to try to shoot him before he uses the mask with the sunstone. But what they didn't know is that he had the sunstone inside the mask already, and then he used it in his face and blah blah blah. He gained, I don't know, earth abilities, because he ended up like, yeah. And then Jeff's like, okay, I still got one fun trump card up my sleeve. Running away! And then he ran away with such grace. But then, for some reason, Smokey just ended up following him, like, dude, you're stupid, why would you do that? Then Joseph ended up getting a plane and then make him falling into a volcano, and then yeah, he ended up going to a volcano, but that wasn't enough to kill him. So he was like, dang. He chopped off his arm too, and not really chopped off his arm, but it was uncoincidentally. And then the volcano made the eruption, and then it went really high up in the sky with a rock with only him and Horn Dude number 3. And then Jeff was like, And the next thing you're gonna say is die, pathetic fool. And then he said it, and then he was like, what? And then he was like, I didn't know what that. And then he was like, I planned every single tiny detail of this. And then he ended up shooting him off into space, and then he just ended up freezing. Then yeah, that's how he killed Tornado number 3. But as he came down, he was like, dang, I'm gonna die. And then at Joseph's funeral, they were like, dang. But then Joseph came up like, yo, I heard you guys were at a funeral. And then I got married to this woman, which was Susie Q's, basically Lisa's assistant. And yeah, that was the trilogy for Joseph Joestar. No, trilogy? I know what trilogy is. Okay, so, what am I up to? Next person, Jotaro. Now, I think, yeah, so Jotaro, Chujo. And Kuyo in Japanese like a kanji for Joe, so basically his name or nickname can still be Jojo, which his mother still calls him, which is Joseph Joestar's daughter. Yep, very simple. There's a complicated family line coming up in the next generation, but dang, it's hard. So basically, Jotaro ended up finding this evil spirit, and then the evil spirit, then Mr. Joestar came up and be like, yo, that's not, he's pretty much buff. Yeah. Wait, 15-year-old? Dang, I thought he was like 16. Dude, he's like muscular as, yeah. So basically, Jotaro, he was like, yeah. He ended up going to jail for a fight, but then his, wait, got a vibration. Who's this? Somewhere. Okay. Okay, where am I? Okay, so Jotaro went to a jail, and then and then I was like, what? He's a very sweet boy. And then Jotaro, and then he saw Jotaro behind bars. He was like, what are you doing here, bitch? And then Jotaro, he ended up being badass now. And then his mother kept on saying stuff like, don't worry, he's a sweet boy. Which he is. He's like pretty nice too. But he's just badass. And then he ended up being released because Joseph, Jotaro's grandfather, he ended up calling in one of his mates from ages ago, and his mate had a thing. So his evil spirit was actually called a thing called a stand, and these stands are basically your psychological energy, life energy that takes form if you have enough of it. So Jotaro ended up using his against this dude named Adol. Okay, I'm just gonna call him Mr. A. So Mr. A had this thing called fire. He was a fire dude. That's all I remember. Fire red. Or chicken. Something red. So Chicken Red was Mr. A's stand. It was basically, you could control fire and all that stuff. But people without enough like life energy can't see all that stuff. But Jotaro's mum could, Holly, but I forgot what, yeah, it's Holly, could see it, and Joseph Joestar as well. So so Jotaro ended up being like, okay, whatever. Then he skipped himself from prison using his own stand. And then later on, he was like, the next day he was going to school. And then he ended up facing his first, let's say, enemy. His name was, Kakuya. Kak, okay, I'm calling him Kak. So Kakarot. Kakarot was his first thing. So he also had a stand. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know what happened because at the start he was like painting something, but then I have never seen him use another painting ever before. I thought it was pretty cool. Like if you paint something for someone and you paint like some red stuff or blood over his leg and then he just cuts his leg. I thought it was pretty cool. But so his stand basically it could control people, and also it was like, I don't know, do this emerald green stuff. So he used his Araki's got things. Oh yeah. So basically, he's under the control of someone. Because when Jotaro ended up defeating Araki, I think Araki. That's much more easy. Okay, Araki. Jotaro was like, "Yo, I'm bringing this dude back home." Then he ended up taking him back home to his home, and then Jotaro was taking him into the guest room where Joseph, his grandfather, was staying because they visited. So, ooh, that's thunder. Jotaro noticed something because he seems to be quite perceptive, and then his mother was quite pale. That's what Jotaro asked his mother. Like, "You seem quite pale. Are you doing well?" Then she was like, "Hi," and then blah blah blah, and then ended up being like, "Yo, there's a thing in his forehead. It's like it's a bud." And then it's like, "Yeah, let's get it out." It's like, "Dude, don't do that." Then Jotaro just ended up holding his head still, and his stand, he just ended up pulling it out because his stand is actually extremely precise and stuff. Because earlier before his stand stopped the bullet before it reached Jotaro's head. And then that's thunder. Oh, that's scary. And yeah, so yeah, figured out that he was super precise. So he was the one that actually pulled out the blood, while Jotaro was. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna end this live stream. This thunder is quite vicious. To be continued.